Okay, so we have just left Pisces season with the very intense Pisces new moon, and we are at the astrological new year. Now we have the equinox in the sign of Aries, and there is a lot of energy moving very fast with all of the planets really bringing a pressure point of change, of endings and beginnings. With the Pisces new moon, we also had the North Node in the sign of Pisces, as well as Mars, as well as Mercury going direct in the sign of Pisces. So having all of that be connected to the moon, our inner voice, our inner narrative, and the sun just leaving Pisces and going into Aries, this is having us come to terms with lost parts of ourselves. The astrological new year is a time when we feel a sort of a cosmic reset, and that's because we really feel the effect of these energies during each one of the seasons of each zodiac sign, which is why, we are not just one or two signs. We have them all in our chart in different areas of our lives, in the different houses of our charts. It's just our planets that determine the intensity, aspect, relationship to our experience with each one of those signs. So if you have any planets in the sign of Aries and Pisces, you will probably be feeling this very strongly right now, but we all are. Right now, we also have a lot of Aries energy in the sky that is affecting things on a greater scale. With Saturn and Neptune in Aries and their conjunctions and how we have seen that play out in the world, it has been very intense. And you can see that play out within power struggles and belief systems and the stubborn nature of some to only see one point of view. That is the shadow side. But the light side, which I think is being expressed within the transformation that we're having in with Venus and Chiron in the sign of Aries right now, is that light side. I really feel like, we're being faced with the shadow side, but the way to integrate that, the way to burn through it, is with this fiery force within that is having us transform the energies of Venus and Chiron, that when in Aries, this is about our identity. This is about ourself. And this is so much of what I talk about, is that our self-concept, our identity is how we will change our lives, how we will change our experience. And it's also the very thing that they tried to sacrifice or steal, which then brings up the word sacrifice and the tarot card, the Hangman, which is represented with Pisces. So Piscean energy, the 12th sign of the zodiac, where we are coming from. Also the greater age, the Piscean Age. When you talk about the age of Aquarius, that has to do with the new age that we're going into, because we're leaving the Piscean Age. And basically what these ages are is that every 2,000 years, the North Pole of the Earth switches zodiac signs, because it's sort of on a little bit of a tilt. So the past 2,000 years, the Piscean Age, this is when religion came to be. This is when religion really was what held the power, and the shadow sides of that was holding the power in a way that distorted reality, that controlled through illusion. And I think during that time, a part of all of us was sacrificed. In order to live within that system, a part of us must be sacrificed. So now that we have moved into the age of Aquarius, Pluto is in Aquarius and will not go back into Capricorn anymore during its retrogrades, which is big because that is changing the systems. That is changing the structural systems. That, coupled with Saturn and Neptune in the sign of Aries, you know, having these big planets in Pisces really can have you not seeing things clearly. So I think this Mercury retrograde was even more intense than some. Although the past years, Mercury retrogrades have been really intense, I will say. So I think what has emerged now is something that we can grasp onto. It is something that it is a spark of fire through the fog that drives us forward, that allows us to move forward, that allows us to see through the illusion. And the spark of fire comes from within us. This is the eternal flame. This is the philosopher's stone, because we are the alchemists that turn lead into gold. And I think that going through this, we had to sacrifice a part of ourselves. And that part is now being reclaimed as this new Aries season is beginning. We are also in the year of the fire horse, so fire energy is strong right now. And this is that, get up and you can do this. So just be careful to conserve your energy and don't overcommit, but also don't limit yourself by what you think might have been possible in an old structure that was too limited, that was based on the limiting beliefs of all the generations that had to deal with the suffering before you. Because seeing through the illusion now, it's like this is our responsibility to create a new blueprint, and it's gonna be fun. It also is a lot. It's really daunting. I mean, you look around and there is chaos and so much injustice, and it doesn't make sense. And this is the old system's last cry for control. And I just think that in whatever way we can pray, we can talk to each other, we can connect and hope that not too much destruction happens before the rebirth, which is inevitable and is happening. And I think that the age of Aquarius means that things can happen in ways we never could expect, in miraculous ways that are innovative and more peaceful and more evolved